please, I need you to listen to me right now, not in a moment, not after you finish what you are doing. Right now, in this exact second, I am not commanding you. I am not demanding. I am asking. Please, listen to me. Because what I am about to tell you, what I have been trying to say to you for longer than you know, is something that changes everything. Something that, once you hear it and receive it, will shift the entire trajectory of what comes next in your life. And it is going to happen. Not might happen. Not could happen if everything goes right. Not happen eventually, someday, when the conditions are perfect. It is going to happen. I have already set it in motion. I have already spoken it into existence in the realm where I operate before things become visible. I have already assigned angels to the task. I have already positioned the people, the resources, the open doors, the divine connections. Everything that needs to be in place for what I have promised you is already in place. The only thing left is for you to hear this word and receive it. So please, stay with me for the next few minutes, because I have been looking for this moment. I have been waiting for you to stop long enough, to be still long enough, to be quiet enough to hear what I have been trying to say. You are here because I arranged this. This video was not a coincidence. The fact that you stopped, the fact that something inside you said, wait, I need to hear this. That was me. That was the part of you that is connected to me. Recognizing my voice. Listen to Italiano. I am speaking. Type please God I am listening in the comments right now if you made the decision to receive this word. I want to tell you something first. I want to tell you why I said please. Because I do not have to ask. I am God. I spoke and galaxies formed. I breathed and humanity came to life. I command and mountains move and seas divide and death itself is reversed. I do not need to ask permission for anything. But I asked you primera sight please, and I need you to understand what that means. It means I choose you, not out of obligation. Not because I have to. Not because there is no one else. One choose you, specifically, deliberately, personally. The way a father chooses to sit down with his child, not because the child earned it, but because the father loves the child, and there is something important to say, and the father needs the child to hear it. That is what this moment is. I am your father. I sat down with you tonight, and I am saying, please, please listen. Please stay. Please receive what I am about to give you. Because what I have for you is too important for you to miss. I have been watching you, not with the cold eye of a judge looking for reasons to condemn, with the warm, attentive, completely focused eye of a father who has been watching every single moment of your life with more love than you have ever fully understood. I saw you this morning. I saw the first thought that came into your mind when you opened your eyes. The weight of whatever you are carrying, the thing that sits on your chest before you even have a chance to put your feet on the floor. I saw that. I was there for it. I saw every moment of your day before you arrived at this video. The moments of exhaustion. The moments of pretending to be fine. The moments of doing what needed to be done while something deeper in you ached for something you could not name. The moments of wondering, is this it? Is this all there is? Is anything ever going to change? I was in every single one of those moments. And tonight I am speaking directly into every single one of them. What you are carrying, I see it completely. The specific weight of your specific situation. Not a general burden that could belong to anyone, your burden. The exact shape of it. The exact history of how it developed. The exact way it has affected every area of your life. I see all of it, and I am telling you tonight, it is going to change. Not because you finally figured out the right strategy. Not because circumstances aligned in your favor by luck. Because I decided it is time. Because I looked at everything you have walked through and I said enough. My child has carried this long enough. It is time to move. And when I decide it is time to move, nothing stops me. Say this out loud right now. God sees everything I am carrying. He decided it is time to move on my behalf. Nothing stops him. It is going to change. Type I believe it in the comments right now. Now I need to tell you specifically what is going to happen. I want to be specific with you tonight because I am tired of you receiving vague promises that you cannot hold on to. I want to give you something concrete. Something you can write down and read back when the enemy tries to tell you tomorrow morning that nothing has changed. Here's what is going to happen. The first thing, a door is going to open that you stopped believing would open. You know which door I am talking about. You have prayed about it. You have hoped for it. You have watched other people walk through versions of it while you waited. You have had moments where you made peace with the idea that maybe it was not meant for you, that maybe you needed to adjust your expectations and accept a smaller version of what you originally believed for. Do not accept the smaller version. The door I designed for you is the door I am opening, not a compromised version, not a consolation prize. The actual door, the one that leads to the actual assignment I wrote for your life before you were born. It is opening. I need you to be ready to walk through it the moment it does. Not hesitate, not second guess, not wait for someone else's permission or someone else's confirmation. When you see it open, walk through it. Immediately. In faith. I will be on the other side. The second thing. A provision is coming that you cannot explain by natural means. I am not going to tell you exactly how it comes, because I want you to experience the full weight of the miracle. The moment when you see it and you know, without any doubt, that it came from my hand. If I told you exactly how, you might try to manufacture it yourself or dismiss it when it comes in an unexpected form. What I will tell you is this. It is coming from a direction you are not currently looking. Open your eyes to unexpected sources. Open your heart to unexpected forms. Do not put me in a box where provision can only come through the channels you are familiar with. God. I use ravens to feed my prophets. I use fish to carry coins. I use the most unexpected instruments to deliver exactly what my children need at exactly the right time. Your provision is coming. Be open to how it arrives. The third thing, a relationship is about to shift. Either something broken is going to be restored, or something that has been draining you is going to end, or someone new is going to enter your life who is specifically aligned with where I am taking you. One of those three things. Possibly all three's in motion right now. I am curating the people in your life for the next season. The next chapter of your life requires different companions than the ones who walked with you through the last chapter. Not because those people were bad, but because where I am taking you next requires people who can see what I placed inside you, who can speak to your destiny instead of your history, who can push you toward the thing I called you to instead of keeping you comfortable where you are. Pay attention to who enters and who exits in the next 30 days. It is not random. I am arranging it. Type IT is going to happen in the comments if you receive all three of those promises right now. I want to talk about your faith for a moment, because I know it has been tested, not just mildly inconvenienced, genuinely, deeply, repeatedly tested. There have been seasons where you held on to faith by what felt like the thinnest possible thread. There have been moments where you told yourself you believed while something inside you was honest enough to admit you were not sure anymore. There have been prayers you prayed that felt hollow, not because you did not want to believe, but because the gap between what you were praying for and what you could see had grown so wide that bridging it with faith felt almost dishonest. I need you to know something about those moments. They did not disqualify you. The fact that your faith was tested, the fact that doubt showed up, the fact that there were moments of genuine uncertainty does not mean your faith failed. It means your faith was real. Untested faith is not faith. It is certainty. Faith only exists in the presence of the possibility that you could be wrong. The people in scripture that I used the most were not the ones who never doubted. Abraham laughed when I told him he would have a son at 100 years old. Moses told me I had the wrong person, that he could not speak, that he was not qualified, that I needed to find someone else. Thomas put his fingers in the wounds before he believed, and I used every single one of them to change the course of history. Your doubt has not written you out of my story. Your doubt has been part of my story all along. And the faith you have maintained, imperfect, wavering. Sometimes barely holding on that faith is exactly what I needed to see. Not perfect faith, persistent faith, the kind that keeps showing up even when it does not feel like anything is working. The kind that prays when prayer feels pointless. The kind that watches one more video at the end of a hard day because something inside still hopes that God has something to say. That is the faith that moves me. Not the polished, certain, never wavering kind. Tirelkind, the humankind. The kind that costs something. And that is exactly the faith you have been operating in. I see it, and I am honoring it tonight. Say this out loud. My imperfect faith is enough. God honors the faith that persists, even through doubt. I have been showing up and God has been watching, and tonight He is moving on my behalf. Type "my faith is enough" in the comments if you receive that word. I want to speak to this specific thing you have been afraid to say out loud. You know what it is. There is something, a fear, a worry, a situation that you have been carrying alone. Something you have not told people about because you did not want to worry them, or because you were embarrassed, or because saying it out loud would make it feel more real than you wanted it to feel. I know what it is. You do not have to tell me. I already know, and I want you to hear this clearly and personally. I am not overwhelmed by it. Whatever the thing is, it feels too big, too complicated, too far gone for anyone to fix it is not too big for me. I've seen it from every angle. I know every detail of it. I know how it started, and I know how it ends, and I know exactly what needs to happen between now and the end. And I have a plan. Not a vague, general plan that might work out somehow. A specific, detailed, perfectly timed plan that addresses every dimension of what you are facing. A plan that was designed specifically for your specific situation by the God who created you and knows you better than you know yourself. The plan is already in motion. You have not been waiting for me to come up with a solution. I had the solution before the problem arrived. You have been waiting for the timing, for the precise moment when every element of the solution is positioned correctly to produce the maximum possible breakthrough. That moment is close, closer than you think. I need you to release the fear of it tonight, not pretend it is not there. Not minimize how real it is. Release it, hand it to me in a specific act of trust that says, I cannot fix this, but you can, and I am choosing right now to let you. Do that right now. Say this. God, I release this to you right now. The thing I have been carrying alone, I hand it to you. I cannot fix it. I trust that you already have a plan, and the plan is already in motion. I release the fear. I receive your peace. Type 1 release IT in the comments if you made that exchange tonight. Stay for the second part of this message. What I am releasing next is the word that is going to carry you through everything that comes after tonight. Do not close this. Do not walk away. You have come too far in this message to miss what comes next.
You stayed good, because what I am about to say in this second part of the message is the word I most needed you to hear tonight. The part that the enemy fought hardest to keep you from reaching. The part that, if you receive it fully, will change the way you wake up tomorrow morning. So I need your full attention right now, not divided attention, not half listening while another part of your mind runs through everything you need to do tomorrow. All of you, here with me, because I have something to say to you that requires all of you to receive it. I want to talk about the silence. You know the silence I mean. The seasons where you prayed and heard nothing back. Where you waited and saw nothing move. Where you reached for me and felt nothing. No presence, no warmth, no confirmation that anything you were saying was reaching anywhere beyond the ceiling of whatever room you were in. Those seasons were the hardest. Not the seasons of loud crisis. Those are almost easier, because at least something is happening. At least the situation is active. At least there is movement, even if it is painful movement. The silent seasons are the ones that do the deepest damage, because silence can be mistaken for absence. And absence, the belief that I am not there, that I have moved on, that I stopped listening. That is the wound that takes the longest to heal. I need to speak directly into that wound tonight. I was never absent. Not for a single second of a single silent season. The silence was not my absence. The silence was my method. There are things I do that cannot be done in noise. There are works I complete that require stillness from you while I move. There are preparations I make for your next chapter that would be disrupted if I narrated every step of the process, because the moment you saw what I was building you would try to help, and the moment you tried to help you would slow it down. So I was silent, and I was working. I am always working. Even right now, in whatever area of your life feels the most still and the most stuck and the most forgotten, I am working. Behind the surface of what you can see, in the invisible realm that is more real than the visible one, I am active on your behalf. The silence was never abandonment, it was trust. I trusted you to hold on without the reassurance. I trusted your faith to survive without the constant confirmation. I trusted the foundation I built in you to be strong enough to hold you through the season of not seeing. And it was. You are still here. That is not a small thing. Say this out loud. The silence was not abandonment. God was working while I waited. He trusted my faith to hold on, and it did. I am still here, and that is evidence of his faithfulness. Type still here in the comments if you receive that tonight. Now I want to make you a declaration, not a suggestion, not a possibility. A declaration, a statement of what is already true in the realm where I operate. That is in the process of breaking through into the realm where you live. Write this down if you can. Read it back every morning for the next 30 days. Let it become the first thing your mouth says before the enemy has a chance to establish his narrative over your day. This is my declaration over your life tonight. You will not stay where you are. The situation that is felt permanent is not permanent. The door that is felt permanently closed is not permanently closed. The lack that is felt like your destiny is not your destiny. The loneliness that is felt like your portion is not your portion. The sickness that is felt like your future is not your future. These things are temporary, and their time is up. I am moving you forward into the provision I designed for you before the foundation of the world, into the relationships I curated for the next chapter of your story, into the health I purchased for you at a price that was higher than anything in this world, into the purpose I wrote for your life before you took your first breath. With forward. That is the only direction I move, and you are moving with me, starting tonight, not next week, not when the circumstances change, not when you feel more ready or more worthy or more certain. Tonight, right now, in this moment. The forward movement begins here. Everything that has been blocked is unblocking, everything that has been delayed is releasing, everything that has been stolen is being restored, and everything that I promised you, every word I have ever spoken over your life, every promise that was made before you were born, every declaration written in the book of your destiny before time began, every single word of it will come to pass. I do not break my word. I never have. I never will. Type forward in the comments right now if you receive this declaration over your life. I want to speak to your body right now, because the physical is connected to the spiritual, and I am not a God who only cares about the soul while ignoring the body that houses it. I created both. I care for both. And tonight I am speaking to both. There is something in your physical body that needs my touch. Some of you know exactly what it is, a diagnosis you received, a symptom you have been living with, a pain that has become so familiar you have started to accept it as normal. Some of you have something your body has been telling you that you have been afraid to investigate. I am speaking to all of it right now. Place both hands on your body wherever healing is needed, on your head, your chest, your stomach, your back, your legs, wherever the need is, place your hands there right now. I am not limited by distance. I am not limited by what medicine can or cannot do. I am not limited by how long something has been present or how severe the medical community says it is. I created your body, every cell, every system, every process that keeps you alive. I designed all of it, and I know exactly what is malfunctioning and exactly how to restore it to the design I intended, and I am restoring it right now. As your hands are on your body, receive this. I am healed. Every broken place is being restored by the same power that raised Jesus from the dead. That power is in me right now. I receive my complete healing, body, mind, and spirit. It is done. Say it with authority, not hoping, declaring. Type healed and whole in the comments right now. There is something I need to address before I release you. I know some of you are watching this and something in you is pushing back. You are thinking, I have heard this before. I have received words like this before. I have believed things were going to change before, and they did not. Or they changed temporarily and then went back. Or they changed in one area while getting worse in another. And now here I am, watching another video, receiving another word, and part of me wants to believe it, and part of me is afraid too. I hear that pushback, and I am not going to dismiss it or talk over it. I am going to speak directly into it. The words you received before were not lies. The promises you believed for were not false. The hope you had was not foolish. What happened was timing. I operate on a timeline that is not your timeline, that is not your timeline. What looks to you like a promise that failed was actually a promise whose appointed time had not yet arrived. What felt like a word that did not come to pass was actually a word that was still in process, still being assembled, still being positioned, still waiting for every element to be aligned for the fullness of the breakthrough rather than a partial one. I do not give partial breakthroughs when I designed a complete one. I will wait until the complete one is ready. And tonight I am telling you, it is ready. Not because you have been more faithful this time. Not because you have prayed more or believed harder or done anything differently. Because the time has come. Because what I was assembling is assembled. Because the doors are positioned and the people are positioned and the resources are positioned, and the only thing remaining is for you to receive the word and believe it one more time. One more time. That is all I am asking. Give me your faith one more time. Not perfect faith. The same imperfect, scarred, has been through a lot, faith you have always brought to me. Give it to me one more time, and watch what I do with it. Type one more time in the comments if you are giving me your faith again tonight. Before I release you, I have 4 things to ask of you. The first, say this declaration out loud right now with everything you have. Say it like you mean it. Say it like someone who has just received the most important word of their entire life, because you have. Please God, I am listening. I hear you. I receive what you are releasing into my life tonight. The door is opening. The provision is coming. The relationship is shifting. The silence was not abandonment. You were working. My faith is enough. What I released to you is in your hands. The healing is done. I am moving forward. It is going to happen. It is already happening. I believe it. I receive it. It is mine. Say it again. One more time. Louder. Something in the atmosphere over your life just shifted permanently when you said those words. The second, share this video with someone before you close this screen right now. There is a person in your life who is in the middle of a silent season, who believes God has moved on, who stopped hoping that things would change, who needs to hear tonight. Please, listen. It is going to happen more than they need anything else right now. You know who it is. Send them this video. Now, the third, subscribe to this channel and turn on every notification. I am not finished speaking to you. Every video that appears is another moment where I broke through to reach you, because I have something more to say for the next season of your life. Do not miss it. The fourth, tomorrow morning, before you look at your phone, before you check the news, before you let the world establish its narrative over your day, open your mouth and say this: it is going to happen. God said so last night, and I believe it today. I walk into this day as someone whose breakthrough has already been released. My eyes are open, my hands are open. I will not miss what God is sending. Say it every morning for the next 30 days. Make it the first word your mouth speaks every day, and watch what I do in those 30 days. I love you. I have always loved you. And I said please tonight, not because I needed to, but because you are worth asking. You are worth every word of this message. You are worth every moment I have invested in getting this word to you tonight. Please receive it. It is going to happen. It is already happening. Go live like it.